Ready?
I'm ready.
As I was saying, we service kindergarten through 5th grade. On a weekly basis, I sit down with small groups of students and we talk about bullying. First of all, I start my lessons off with what is bullying. That's the first thing that I do with all the students in the school. I see each class every week and we do different lessons. Because bullying has been a real big thing lately, then we do a lot on bullying. I do have small groups that I pull out, the ones that are actually doing the bullying. I pull them out and we, discuss what is bullying, what make them choose to do certain things, what are other actions that they could take instead of bullying, what happens if you were being bullied.
Okay.
So I do a lot of research on bullying so I can have things to, talk to my students about on a regular basis because it's a constant thing in elementary school.
So bullying is happening in elementary schools even at such a young age?
Yes, beginning in kindergarten.
So what's the most common reason you ever heard from a child saying that they were bullying someone? Common reasons.
They don't even see it as bullying because they don't even put that title to bullying. Most of them, when you get down to it and you ask them, why are you bullying? I'm not bullying anyone. That's the response that you get.
Right.
Well, what did you do to this student? If they were picking on him or whatever, I just picked on him. Why did you pick on him? Because he did something. There's always an excuse as to the person did something to them, why they're doing it to them. So they don't really see themselves as being bullies, but that's what they are. So the students here don't really give a reason to why they're bullying, because to them,
they're not bullying.
They're not bullying.
I understand.
So,
would you say it's having more of an impact in the older kids because they're more emotionally involved, they can't bounce back from it as fast, or the younger kids because they're not emotionally involved? The older kids. Because even in my small groups, I have more students, especially my 4th and 5th graders. More in the 4th and 5th grade than the lower grades. So you see it more often in your upper grades, 4th and 5th grades. I must say, I think a lot of the bullying is they don't know how much effect that they have on other students when they're doing these things. Okay. They don't know that what they're doing is actually bullying, because once we sat down after a couple of sessions and we go over things and we talk about it and we get it out, just sit down in an informal session and we just talk about it, then we start seeing it get better and better, and they're not picking on students as much. I think they're just doing it like I said, not realizing that they're bullying unconsciously, more so as a trend.
Right.
Instead of just bullying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Not doing something on purpose. The students that we have here, they're not.
Because they're elementary children, so
yeah. Yeah, you may find maybe one that's real conscious of what they're doing and why they're doing, but as of overall, they don't realize that they're just either doing what they see somebody else do, or they just feel like they're just picking on that person. So they don't really consider themselves bullying. Like I said, once we sit down, we talk about it, and they learn more, get a grasp a better concept of what they're actually doing, because we even sometimes we'll make up role plays with them being bullied. Now, how do you feel, if somebody come push you down every day?
Okay.
So, and then they kind of start thinking, and knowledge is power. The more we know, the better, hopefully, the better we handle things. So the more we educate them on
why you're doing this, why you shouldn't do this, other alternatives to doing this, then I think we're going to be okay with this bullying if we catch it at a lower grade.
Right. Because I'm sure it's not as big a problem in elementary school. That's why. Have you ever worked in any other? Have you ever worked in junior high and dealt with the same issue? Just elementary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say it occurs more in males than females? Or would it?
I would say there are so many things that falls under the umbrella of bullying.
Okay.
If you're thinking more of physical bullying, then that's more males.
All right.
But with our little girls, you get into the more verbal abuse and little, forms of bullying than the physical part of it. But there are some girls. I have a small group of girls that I talk with about bullying as well.
Do you find that the problem usually goes away after the one session because they're unconscious, or does it take more than
multiple
one? It does?
Sessions, oh. Yeah. And then we've some of them, I haven't turned any of them loose.
Right.
You would think by now it's April, some of them should be, getting turned loose, but I still meet with them because on a monthly basis, weekly basis, because I don't want them to slip back into that same old mind frame again. So I just touch bases with them still on a weekly basis. And then I think it kind of give them more motivation to do right when they come and sit down. They can get out of class. That's the way I can get 30 minutes out of class if I go sit and talk with Ms. Dean. So I think that's a motivation. And as long as they're here, then we want to keep that going. Because we want to be bully free, which we're not right now.
Only other question is, how would a parent be able to tell if their child is being bullied if they come home and the child doesn't say anything or do anything?
I normally, we have parent meetings here, and I normally talk, maybe we probably do it at the beginning of the year and toward the middle of the year, talk with parents about bullying. And one thing I tell the parents to look for is a change in the student, a change in their child. If you notice that your child comes home and goes straight to his room, when usually they don't do that, then you might want to talk to them and find out what's going on. Be open with them. Try to just talk to them. Try to tell them if there's anything going on at school, feel comfortable to tell me. You won't be in trouble. Let them know that they can talk to you, or let them feel comfortable enough to talk to you, because sometimes students go home and tell parents something they may think they're going to be in trouble, so they just keep it to themselves. Or if they're really being bullied, the bully says, if you tell anybody, then I'm going to beat you up. So they're a little nervous, but one of the important signs that we look for is a change in the student's pattern. And I have had some parents to come to the school and to tell me that their child is being bullied.
Okay.
So, and then it has went both ways. Sometimes, yes, the child is being bullied. Sometimes it's the child doing the bullying.
Right. So, for those parents, do they blame themselves, or is the child blaming their parent household, or some parents, some parents are in denial, some parents in denial that the child, even if the child says that I'm bullying somebody, or
first of all, parents don't ever blame themselves.
Yeah, do they take the proper actions?
Most of the time, even if a parent comes in, most of the time, a lot of times when a parent comes in, their child's being bullied, they're upset.
Okay.
But one of the things that I do, because that parent is going to get sent to me. And one of the things that, you know, between the principal and myself, what we try to do is be very open-minded, listen to the parent, and remain professional, and then that's going to tone that parent down. Because as long as I'm not acting like you're acting, then I'm going to feel a little out of place in a minute, and I'm going to tone myself down.
But you never deal with parents who were in denial if they get a call from the school saying that their child did so and so. Those parents,
of course,
yeah.
Even with second grade.
You said, no, not my child. Those kind of parents.
You talk to the parent and you tell them that their child is doing. One parent I had, I talked with her and told her that, you know, the behavior that her child was displaying, and then she in return said, well, he came home and told me that he does this because this student tell him to do it.
Okay.
So not so much in denial, but making excuses.
All right.
You know, of what they're doing or why they're doing it.
Okay. A final question. I know this is an elementary school and it's not. More so, high school and junior high students are online, but the technology generated. Do you find that cyberbullying happens at elementary school?
We haven't had a case here.
Okay.
But I do know that it happens at elementary school from other counselors.
Okay.
And a lot of it, it is happening at other schools, at other elementary schools, but we just don't have that problem here.
But I think that's wrap it up.
Okay.
Could you just say your name and job title where you work at for now?
Sure. I am Patrician Dean, and I'm the guidance counselor here at Seth John Elementary.
Okay.
And we service grade K through 5.
Thank you very much.
You are so welcome.